Happy Halloween, everyone. Happy Samhain, happy fall, whatever you may be celebrating this gorgeous, gorgeous season. This month, in conjunction with our runes, we will be using, as it is the season, the adorable Halloween Tarot by Kipling West. Then as always, be sure to join me after part 1 of your reading here on YouTube over on my Vimeo channel. I will be pulling and interpreting one card from the Halloween Oracle by Stacey Demarco for your spiritual guidance for the month of October. You will find that link below in the description box, along with any other details about the channel and myself that you might need. So without further ado, let's see what is in store for you zombies and ghouls and werewolves and vampires out there. Hey Capricorn! Let's get your runes cast and see what October has in store for Capricorn. October 2019. Capricorn, October 2019. What is going on with Capricorns? So as always, Capricorn, keep in mind, these are general readings, so not all of these messages will be personally for you. I'm going to be talking to as many Capricorns that are watching as I can, so some of the messages will be for them. You can always check the video for your rising sign as well. Often you will find that that is the more accurate video, the more accurate messages for you. You can also hit me up for a private session. Just drop me a line at my email address. If you want to set that up, we can take a look at just what's going on specifically for you, your circumstances, and the people in your life. But in general, in the present, the Wheel of Fortune. You've got 2 major arcana this month here, Capricorn. So the present energy, we're looking at end of September into early October-ish for most of you, but for others of you, this could be happening later in the month or whenever you happen to be tuning into this video. The Wheel of Fortune is about, reaching a goal, maybe particularly when it comes to career, but it doesn't have to be. With the runes here, it looks like to me this is having to do with a partnership of some sort, a relationship. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. Everybody goes there first, but you have a lot of relationships in your life. So this could be a family member, a friend, a goal that's being reached, maybe after a disruptive argument, disagreement. Some of you, this could have been somebody who's moved away. Maybe you've been away for a while and you kind of lost touch, or maybe you just kind of drifted apart. And there could be a coming back together, or the timing is right. Wheel of Fortune has a lot to do with divine timing, karmic situations, and karmic relationships, specifically with our Gifu rune here. So, but this could also be timing when it comes to a business partnership or starting a new job, particularly if it is like the time is right to partner with this company, the time is right to move into this career path. But it would specifically involve you teaming up with either a company in particular or another person to make money, to improve your fortunes, right? So yeah, there's something that I feel is being rectified here with the wheel. And for many of you, I do feel like it's maybe you're in a long distance relationship. Those of you that are maybe seeing someone, talking to someone at a distance, if you had a disagreement or you have a disagreement in early October, an argument or something, and there's maybe the silent treatment going on or a bit of a break. It does seem like you're going to be able to work this out or come back together because of the karmic timing here. So all in all, a good message here. Reconciliation could be at foot. Not at foot. Sorry, it's been a long day. Yeah, this could be somebody like either you or this other person had to move for some reason, maybe for a job, for work, and that's kind of what maybe caused the argument, or just the kind of, again, drifting apart, losing touch kind of energy. And but now there's a chance to reconcile or talk that out. If this is a job opportunity, it could be that there is something to do. You know, it could be that you would have to move to take this job, or that it would be quite a drive with Righto in reverse. Because again, we're talking about distance. We're talking about, like having to go or drive somewhere maybe that you don't, you know, it wouldn't be your first choice, but perhaps the opportunity or the money is so good, or the job title, the status that would come with this is too good to pass up here, Capricorn. So, I feel like you have a decision to make in October about, there may be a bit of a sacrifice you have to make as far as like distance, or where where you live, the location where you live. You may have, there may be some changes, or somewhere that you have to kind of, you got to give up something to get something, but it does seem like it's something that you're pretty excited about with this, and not something you want to pass up. Your challenge is the Two of Bats, and this card has been coming up for so many. I think you're like the third sign that this has come up for, and in this same position. So this is the Two of Swords in other decks. We're talking about feeling blocked, or feeling like you don't have enough information to make a decision, and so it's kind of like a stalemate, to where you feel like you can't make a move because you don't have all of the information. And I mean, in some cases, this could be information that you're waiting on, or that you could get, but in other situations, this may be like, I need to know the future, or how this is going to turn out. So it could be information that you're just, you're never going to get until you take the leap or make the leap, right? I feel like this has to do with home, with family. Some of you, this rift or argument, if it happened with a family member, it could have been over a will or inheritance, or some kind of legal situation, or property. Others of you could be waiting to hear back, or you could feel blocked from purchasing a property, blocked from something to do with an estate or a will. That could be the challenge that you're dealing with. I do feel like it's tied to this, though, for most of you. So, another kind of circumstance I'm getting here is that there's maybe a property that was left in a will or an estate, but there's someone living in the house, and it could be you, it could be somebody else. But it's like, it's like they have to leave, they have to move so people can sell the property, and they either don't want to do that, or maybe that was part of the argument, like they don't want to move out of the house, they don't want to sell. But it does look like whoever this is going to be kind of forced out, or they have to leave, but it's actually going to be it's going to be better. And if it's you, it's going to be better even. Because maybe where you're going is just easier to take care of. It's a better location. It's a better place. So, yeah, it could be that it's like there could be a stubbornness going on because they can't see like the future, and that this is actually going to be better. They're just kind of looking at being stubborn on principle, rather than kind of looking at it as, well, I do not, I don't really love it here, or, this place is kind of falling apart, or, it probably would be better to move somewhere else. But yeah, they're not seeing that with the blindfold on, at least at some point in October. Doesn't mean it's going to last the whole month, but that is the challenge. So it's either the challenge for you to see that, or for you to maybe get someone to see that. Others of you, I think it's a challenge on whether you feel like you can reconnect with somebody, whether you should reconnect with somebody. Maybe maybe you had a bad argument in the past, or maybe it was just a difficult relationship. There's some disappointment, manipulation that maybe went on for some of you. These are down here though, so I'm feeling like that's not all of you, more of the minority of you, a smaller group where it was, yeah, you tried to be patient with somebody and maybe gave them a lot of chances, but they just kept kind of repeatedly disappointing you and then trying to manipulate you in some way or take advantage of you. And so now that there's this reconnection happening, you're unsure about it. You're feeling unsure if you should accept it, if you should believe what they're telling you. Again, karma. You've got karma with the rune and Wheel of Fortune, but also justice. It's like karmic justice. And for many of you, it's coming through with a family member, I feel like, with this. It could be an ex, it could be, a romantic thing, but I feel like for most of you, this is a family member because of the Othilla rune. Has to do with old stuff, old issues, old family things, old family disagreements. But it looks like there's some justice coming for the family, or justice coming for you if you've had a disagreement with a family member. But your challenge is kind of deciding, whether you should remove the blocks that are in place. Or, if this other person was the one who kind of shut you out or blocked you out, you could have trouble getting over that, and now they want to talk and you're like, well, why would you block me in the first place? That was hurtful, or that was, I didn't do anything that warranted that. It was weird. Just because you didn't get your way. I'm just getting this kind of pettiness going with this energy here. So let's see what the help is going to be here. The help we've got is the Queen of Ghosts in reverse. This is the Queen of Cups in other decks, and this is what it looks like in the upright. So this would be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Coming in as the help. And let me see what's coming through with this room here. So this could be a male or female water sign, or somebody who is behaving like a water sign in reverse. Somebody who's behaving immaturely, particularly emotionally immature. But it's weird because this is a victory room. This is like this is almost like it's gonna sound funny, but like that I told you so, neener, like I told you I was right, neener. Somebody kind of like doing that. And Capricorn, like if you have a water sign rising, like if you have Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer rising, it could be you doing this or someone else. But this person's coming up as a help to you, so I don't feel like they're doing it to you. I kind of feel like they're doing it to this other person. But I mean, it could also be that this was the person who disappointed you, this person who, kind of cut you out, blocked you off, and now they're coming to you and as a victim of some sort, because this normally can mean like playing the victim, but it can also mean somebody who has been emotionally kind of taken advantage of, kind of used and abused energy, and now they've kind of turned the situation around or are trying to, and I feel like it's going to help you that they've left this situation. So whenever people cards come up, it's difficult because there's so many of you, but this could also just point blank be you gaining a victory over somebody who hurt you. And you being proven right about something, or someone else, or maybe everybody in the family being proven right about something. And but I mean, some may be more immature about this than others. And I do think it's going to help you to, like, if you do have a water sign friend or family member, it could be kind of helpful to you to talk with them about this feeling blocked or feeling unsure about what's going on, and kind of go back and forth, maybe figure things out together. So it does seem like you will have some help or other people you can talk to about this situation, and just kind of get some advice or soundboard. And I mean, of course, you can always get a session with me if you want me to look at your specific circumstances, because yeah, it's really confusing to me, like how to put this in a generalized way. It seems very specific this month for Capricorns. So yeah, if you don't have this going on in October, Capricorn, definitely check out your rising sign. I'm feeling like this is specifically for certain Capricorns, but I do feel like some of you are kind of getting the upper hand over somebody who was playing the victim but really had no right to play the victim. It's almost like they've had every chance in the world to get a leg up or be successful, and they just keep throwing it away and throwing it away and throwing it away with both hands. And you know, you're finally kind of getting the upper hand on this situation. Now, what must be accepted about October? We've got the World in reverse. This is the other major arcana. This is what it looks like in the Halloween deck. And the upright. So yeah, someone's world has been turned upside down. They're having to kind of start all over. Like the outcome of their life that they thought they would be at by this point has not happened. And I don't feel this is you, Capricorn. Normally this position is external to us, so it's normally having to do with it because it's what must be accepted. We don't have as much control over this position. So this is normally what's going on around us, or what's going on with other people, specifically around us. So, and I do feel like this is like the group, the tribe, the family, whoever, you know, because we got the rune of group in reverse. So this is kind of like everybody, it's kind of like a group mud wrestle. I mean, everybody just kind of, you know, this is kind of like what's going on around you with, and maybe this is extended family, but there's the rune of mom or mother here. So maybe this has to do with, you know, maybe this person was one of your kids or a grandchild, or, you know, a sibling, or it's one of your, you know, it's your sibling and they're going through this with their kids, or it has to do with your mom, or a mother figure, could be a mother-in-law, grandma. But yeah, there's something to do when this rune comes up in reverse of, first of all, people kind of being in everybody's business. It's that nosy kind of, you know, gossipy kind of energy that goes on in some families where everybody kind of talks about the, you know, the other branches of the family or what's going on with them. So there could be some of that going on because of what's been stirred up. But there could also be somebody who again was isolated from the group, either because they were kind of, you know, kind of kicked out and isolated by someone else, or they isolated themselves, right? Like they separated and then they come back and just want to be welcomed in with open arms. And not everybody may be ready to do that with this, because something is not complete. It's like the whole group can't come together because not everybody's ready, and it really is kind of, you know, it's not fair to expect everybody to be, you know, feel like you do or like this other person does, or whatever. You may be the one holding out, Capricorn, in some cases. You may be the one that's not, like, I don't know, they'll have to, you know, I'm not just gonna, because again, you're feeling this block and a little bit unsure about just, you know, full steam ahead with something here. And it seems, again, to have to do with the relationship and a lot of family drama going on. So, you know, it's going to take time. Dayag is here indicating that it's not going to be an overnight thing. So whoever is not ready, everybody else just needs to be patient with that. And it's to be expected is what I'm hearing. It's to be expected. It's to be expected and accepted. is what I'm hearing with that. So yeah, it's like there's a start, but you know, things are not the way they used to be. They're not immediately going to go back to that, and there's no way that that could happen. It may never go back to the world being this way. The world has changed, right? It doesn't look the same as it used to, and sometimes that happens, and we can't go back, right? You can't go back to the way it was. That's karma. That's our wheel. Time marches on. The outcome of all this, we've got the Knight of Imps. Fire sign energy. Aries, Sag, or Leo, male or female with this. So this is somebody who just, very quick energy. Normally the Knights are about 35 or younger. They don't have to be. It could just be somebody that you view as younger, or who just has a younger energy, and not in a negative way, not in an immature way like it would be if this was in the reverse. But yeah, they just have that young exuberance, and there's an innocence about this card. They believe in fairy tales, and they believe in happy endings, and they believe, you know, they still believe that they're not cynical, you know, like me, or maybe you, Capricorn. Not yet anyway. So yeah, there's a little bit of an impetuousness that comes with them, but they're risk takers, and that's how you achieve success, right? So somebody with this kind of energy, you know, those are the kind of people that really can strike it big, get rich, really, really do well for themselves because they are willing to take risks. So this is somebody who is very determined, and that's being reinforced by the rune here. They're very determined. They have a goal in mind here in October, and they're going after something. And it seems to be that they are closely connected to you, Capricorn. It could be this person the whole reading is centering around. What their goal is it's going to be different for all of you, and who this is and who they are to you is going to be different for all of you, but it means effort, determined effort. They're willing to put in the effort. So if this is the same person that you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm unsure, their intention as of October is to put that energy in, put the effort in, whether it's to win back your trust, whether it's to make a relationship work. This also, again, brings up relocation and travel when this Knight shows up. He can talk about moving. So, yeah, this could be somebody, like if this was a long distance thing and there was an argument, he or she could be talking about moving closer to you. You could be talking about moving there. It's like we're willing to put in the effort if we're going to do this, if we're going to give this relationship a go. But particularly this other person is willing to put in the energy, willing to put in the effort. And I do think you'll see that at even the start of it in October. The thing with this energy is you just have to make sure it doesn't taper off, because they usually start really strong and then, you know, efforts can taper off. They're not the best at delivering on their promises, although they make the promises with the best of intentions and the upright. They just tend to put so much energy in at the beginning that they don't have any left for the middle or the end, right? Or just see it through at the end. So now this could also just be talking about you. You have a goal to move. You have a goal to travel. There's a trip or something that you want to take, and it could have something to do with seeing someone that you haven't seen in a while. Visiting an old love, or visiting a family member, or visiting a friend you haven't seen in a long time, and you're going to make it happen. But yeah, maybe it's quite a distance again, but it's time. It's time to reconnect, or it's time to make a more permanent move in this direction. So it could also be due to a job opportunity. This could also just be saying, I'm determined, I am going to go ahead and make this move, because I really, really want this job, or I really want to partner with this company. I want that position. So very interesting reading, Capricorn, but meet me over on Vimeo. I'm going to shuffle our gorgeous Halloween oracle. I do want to see what further guidance they can give us about this, because it seems like you're making a big decision here in October in one way or another, and they'll be able to give us some more direction on that. That link to the Vimeo channel is below, so I will see you over there. We'll continue this conversation, and I'll see you back here next month. Thanks for stopping by.